The Joy Business Van, empowered by Joy Business and supported by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Sesinam Dagadu loves to solve problems, and he got one to solve upon returning to Ghana from schooling in the UK, where he studied engineering. He'd been raised in Ghana till age 10 when he had to travel out of the country. Returning to settle after so many years, he'd be confronted with one of the challenges the country is trying to tackle: the lack of a proper addressing system. Sesinam took up a banking job that required he finds clients. Then his frustrations began.
I'd never worked in Ghana, and for the first time I was having to go around and see people, and I realized that I was constantly lost. And I at the time said, hey, this is not something that should be able to continue. I thought, let's just build that we could build a solution to solve the problem, and that's where SnooCODE came from.
It took Sesinam several years afterwards to develop the app. SnooCODE uses a computer algorithm to generate a unique code for any location, which then serves as an address. The code replaces the area, the street name, and the house number.
We needed to be able to make sure that SnooCODE was accessible to as many people as possible. And so we were using the alphanumeric character set. We had tried many things. We had investigated many things. We had investigated using colors and things like that, but we found out that in most Ghanaian languages, you only had words for red, black, white. But what this means is, as long as you know your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s, you can use SnooCODE.
Alright, time to get a feel of the app.
So you've got to be a real genius to come up with something like this. How does it work?
Yeah, I don't know about being a real genius, but
you are.
but it works really simply, right? You open the app, right? You download the app, and then you open it up, right? You allow it to access location information, and then you stand outside and you just say generate code. It takes a few seconds to make sure that you get a very accurate code, and there's the code. That's it.
In 2011, Sesinam established Tiny David, the parent company of SnooCODE, and in 2014, SnooCODE was birthed. You only need internet connection to download the SnooCODE app, and from there, you don't need the internet to make it work. Not only does the app create the address, it plots routes, tells you how much you could be charged for a taxi fare, and guess what? You can fly a drone using the app. It's called the Firefly.
So normally we can have it as simple as this, where you just, with Firefly, where you just enter the code and then it just goes and performs the mission. It's gone into SnooCODE, it's confirmed that we are able to fly in those areas. On the drone you can see where exactly it is going and everything like that. So just push start. So the drone takes off on its own. Nobody is controlling it, so there's nobody on the remote control or anything like that. You're able to fly to the location, and while it is performing the mission, maybe you can go make a cup of tea. Let's go.
Wow, that was perfect landing, very smooth. Is that how business has been for you?
No, I can't exactly say that. It's been very challenging. Operating or doing this kind of thing, doing research and development, and building this sort of thing in this part of the world is not easy.
It's not easy, but that has not stopped Sesinam from winning several international awards. He continues to generate revenue models as this app proves extremely useful for businesses, especially in the e-commerce space, which need to deliver to clients. What excites Sesinam though is the impact he's made on society. Over the years, he's worked closely with the National Ambulance Service to locate victims in emergency situations. So how does Sesinam feel about being able to solve what was a challenge?
So you start off thinking this is the problem, and you solve that problem, and you realize, okay, yes, you've solved a problem, but it is not the whole picture. And then you always have to do the next thing and the next thing.
I guess the problem solver has got much work ahead of him.